Mike McCool here at the Royal Examiner. I am standing out on the railroad track. Where are we at? Dismal Hollow Road and
Dismal Hollow and Happy Creek.
right here where the interstate comes by. This train has been here since 9 o'clock last night and is blocking access to several people's property, primarily Mr. Atwood's farm.
Right.
And what's the story on this?
9 p.m. we got the first call last night. We've been checking back and forth, calling Norfolk Southern for ever since 9 o'clock last night. I'm being told that this train's probably not going to move till almost 10 o'clock tonight, which would be 25 hours. And really, if you think about it, the Atwoods have been held hostage in their home or out of their home for 25 hours. But Mike, this isn't the only issue. This is happening constantly. Our deputies are going to calls and responding to the train calls that this train is keeping our entire county hostage.
Right, it's not just here, it's out of going out to the golf course out there on the
Rockland Road, Fairground Road.
Oh, I mean, you know, they've talked for, what, 30, 40 years, they're going to build an overpass over it. It never happened.
Never.
And they've not done anything about it. It's only got worse with the port. You know, I know they're trying, and they've built spurs out there, but it just takes a little coordination and a little courtesy.
Well, and the thing of it is you know, you have the code 56-412.1.
Right.
That states it can't block a rail or a roadway. Problem is that was farm's not considered a roadway, Mike.
Right. A technicality.
It's an access road to their property, so it doesn't even fall within the code. So the thing of it is really this stuff is monitored by Congress. I want Warren County. Look, I will come out and I will keep track of every time that train stops. I'll give summonses if that's what we want, but I'm going to tell you, they can shut that, as soon as I hand that summons, they can walk off that train and it's going to be here to block the road for 20 hours. What I want our county to do is start reaching out to the congressmen and actually start protesting as a people, as a county, saying enough's enough, quit keeping us hostage.
Well, you know, the railroad has had this special arrangement with Congress since the railroad came to this country.
Exactly.
And they have, and there were some good reasons to do that, kind of like we're giving Facebook and Twitter a dispensation for their platform. It's kind of like almost the same thing. They've created this monster, this monopoly, that now is affecting people beyond the original intent of what the purpose was. And the railroad has been doing this for 150 years.
It's bad, but you know what? We need to come together. We need to fix our infrastructure. I get that,
Right.
and I understand the railroads are important. But talking to some of the employees that we've talked to, they're saying they don't even have crews running.
Right.
And it's nothing wrong with the train, from what I'm hearing.
Right.
I'm hearing the crew they were driving for 12 hours and had to stop, so they got off and left.
Yeah, they can do that. That's another one.
So you just leave a train and you leave a family, and we have elderly who are living in certain areas that we can't get our ambulances.
Right.
Now, when I first got elected, that was one of the first things I did. If we had an emergency, how could I get there? And that's why I always carry bolt cutters, and that's why I'm trying to get four-wheel drives for everybody, so we can get access to it if we have an emergency. But
It's hard to move a train, though.
it's hard to move a train. And everybody's wondering, well, the code says this. Well, the code says it, but what it doesn't tell you is that if you read further, it's a $500 fine
Yeah.
for a multi-billion-dollar company.
Right.
$500 fine, to be honest, they don't care about that $500 fine.
No, they don't care. Somebody coming through. Here we go.
So, you know, I don't know the answer. I know the sheriff's office has been inquiring and trying to work with Norfolk Southern, and everybody that I've talked to over this incident in Norfolk Southern, to include the law enforcement side of it, they're really upset. They're upset because they believe it's just not how you handle business, and it kind of gives them a black eye.
And there's really no one to talk to in a way. They're so large, you just can't pick up the phone and call the guy that's in charge of this train.
Right.
Who knows who that is?
You
Could be a guy in California.
Well, the one I was talking to was in West Virginia,
There you go.
and the other one I was talking to was in North Carolina.
Right.
And she was asking me what state I was in. So, you know,
There's a lot of miles of track and a lot of trains, I know, but it's still common courtesy.
I would love to see all the news networks get a hold of this. And we as a people start speaking up, saying, hey, enough's enough. I'll write the ticket.
Right.
I told everybody that now. If you violate, I don't care who you are, y'all charge you. Right? But we do need to come together. We need to come together and start reaching out to our congressmen and say, hey, do something about it.
Right.
Because we're tired of being handcuffed, and we're also tired of being held hostage.
When you have someone that forbid to have a heart attack or die because the trains block the road, and it's not,
Who's liable for that?
yeah, who's liable for that? You can't just pass it off saying, well, we didn't have to do it. Somebody, you know, so what?
I asked about the different intersections about doing underpasses or undercruises or overpasses, and they said, well, since Leech Run was built, they'll never do one here.
Right.
And I was, well, okay, what about the shore? What about, well, there's other ways you still can't get to how many homes. There's on Mary
Right.
Shady Lane, there's 80
Yeah,
to
you
100
can't get
homes.
home, can you?
No, right.
You put it in four-wheel drive and head across the field, I know, but still.
We got a way to get there. But, you know, I mean, we shouldn't have to do that.
No.
This
No.
is 2021.
Right.
And, you know, we're putting people on the moon, but we can't get past the railroad cover. We're going to leave it parked in the,
Right.
and keep everybody bound to their homes.
Right.
That's ridiculous. So I say enough's enough, and I'm asking Warren County, hey, help me out.
Right. So what we want you to do is write your congressman.
Write
And
them. Flood them
And your
with it.
senators, I will put their address and their email address in the story, and we'll encourage people to write a letter if you feel adamant about this. You're on our side, county side, the homeowner side.
We need to
You
fix
could be here,
We need to fix it. I'll be more than happy to write, like I said, but
even
the
if they
code-
beat it in court. They're going to do it, but you can still write it.
Exactly. At least they'll hear me.
If Mark's going to say, press hard, 5 copies. That's
Exactly.
what.
That, because from now on, that's exactly what we're going to do. If it's
If there's somebody around you can write it to.
right, there's nobody here I could even write it to. So I called the police from Norfolk Southern,
Right.
and I asked for the CEO of the company, and I said I need his address and his name so I can send him the summons in the mail.
Right.
And I'll just put unable to, not present to sign,
Right.
and I'll give him his day in court. If he doesn't show up, he'll have an FTA.
And then another one tomorrow.
If he's still here, yes.
Mark, I appreciate it.
Thank
Hopefully
y'all
we
very
can help you out here. We're going to spread the word in our community. Again, something's been going on a long time, and you know, enough's enough. I think
is.
that's enough. And we need to it's going to be a political situation because they have special arrangements with the railroad. It's been that way, like I said, for 150 years. So, but contact your congressman if you're upset about this, that bothers you, which it should, because you could be on the other side of the railroad track, and you could be the one that needs a medical attention. So we all need to band together and do what's right for our community. Again, Mark, I really appreciate that. Thanks so much
Appreciate it.
for letting us know, and we'll help get the word out.
Thank you. I appreciate it.